All right. So, guys, I am super excited. Tupperware has put together this manager growth program training. And so it is three courses, three classes, if you will. And what the progression is going to be is to teach you, number one, what are the perks available to you as being a leader? But number two, oops, Tanya, I'm going to mute you, hon. But then two, what are the standards and expectations of a leader? What is it that you starting off as a leader get paid for, right? You get two more sources of income. And so what are your responsibilities as a leader that you're getting compensated on? And then as we progress even further in, it's going to teach you different skill sets as a leader. What are some things that are going to help you not only advance your skills, but also transfer them to your team members? And so we're just going to walk through this journey together. And like I said, it's a program Tupperware put together. So some of it we might follow and some of it we might not. Okay. So manage your growth. As you know, you're going to hit goals, then you're going to hit dreams. And the thing is, you guys, if your dreams don't excite you or make you, not your tummy hurt, but it kind of that little flutter feeling, if they don't make you do that, then they're not big enough. Okay. And the one thing I want you to remember is wants and desires are different than action. Right? Would you agree with that? Wants and desires are different than action. 100%, right? And so we're going to teach you action, because there's also a big, huge difference between doing and thinking, or thinking and doing. What is more exhausting sometimes?
Just thinking about it.
Thinking about it. Why is that more tiring?
Because your mind never shuts off. It just is that constant battle that you constantly are going and thinking about it, but nothing's getting accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what ifs.
Oh, yeah. A lot of what ifs. Absolutely.
What was that in our book, our last book, about 80% of the problems that we think about never happen?
Yes. Yeah.
That was amazing to me.
How crazy is that, you guys? 80% of things we are fearful of never come true. Okay. So if we just did versus thinking we should do and thinking we should do and just got it accomplished, how much easier would life be day to day? All right. Okay. So next, I'm going to kind of walk you through, what does the Vanguard mean, right? What does that mean? What does that stem from? And so using Tupperware, what they did is they used the original design of the 1954 Vanguard, which was the manager crest that we have. What Tupperware created to use the B to represent the manager level. Okay. And it represents the activity that is vital to your unit success. So there's some key things that are vital to your success in your business. And so if you were to think about those things, training, right? Would you say that that's vital to your success? Okay. How about promoting your first manager? That's vital to your success. That's going to build that residual income faster. Next is different activities. So it could be dating activities, it could be recruiting activities, right? It could be different kinds of events. We teach our team members different ways, different activities that they can run their business. So different types of activities is vital to your success, because this business isn't a cookie cutter, right? And then the final one is recruiting. Would you say that that's vital to your success? Right? Continuing to grow your team. But what also do new team members do for your business?
Bring new and fresh ideas, different ideas.
Mm-hmm. You're right, Pam. When a new consultant comes to your team, doesn't it give you that fresh breath of air? You're like, new, because we see the newness from their eyes every single time. Whether good, bad, or indifferent, we see the newness from those new consultants all the time, okay? So those are the cycles, the things that are going to be vital to your success, okay? I'm not going to go through, there's different points to the Vanguard symbol, and Tabitha did an amazing job last year in our Jubilee for the crest when we did, oh good Lord, Harry Potter. Right? And so just like each parts of the room in Harry Potter, there's different parts to your Vanguard. There's the gold key, and that represents the success to hold out to everyone, right? You hand that out to everyone. There's different things for the stars, the lamp of knowledge. What I'll do is actually grab this and I'll put this in the Shazam Elite leader group for you if you would like to know that, okay? So then we won't spend a lot of time on that portion of it. So tonight, we're going to teach you what your job is as a leader, what you get paid for, and how to become even more successful. So month one, this is just going to kind of review what are some of the things that you want to continue to do. What are the things, let's just shout out, what are the things that you did in order to get to manager? And I know we've got star managers, execs on here. So what are the things that you did to get to these levels right now?
Parties.
Okay, party.
Date, hold parties, and recruit.
Okay. Date, hold, recruit. Cycle of success. It repeats its pattern, right? And so you as a leader, what you want to focus on. Now, remember when I'm going to share with you, these are guidelines. Is it a have to? No. However, you can beef it up or you can beef it down. It just depends, but I'm going to give you the success cycle, okay? So minimum parties that you want to hold on a monthly basis, you guys, is 4, minimum. Okay? What are your units sales that you guys need to hit? Managers, what are your unit sales that you need to hit?
5,000.
Mm-hmm. Managers.
25.
2,500 is what you need to hit, correct. Now, what do you want to strive for to be a manager?
3,000.
Why 3,000?
Because typically when they have a leader growth, it's 3,000, isn't it?
Yes, for the extra awards.
Yeah.
Yes. And you never want to, remember this, you guys, you never want to aim for what you need, right? Don't make your minimums. So your minimum as a manager is 2,500. Never make your minimums your maximums, okay? So strive for at least 500 to 1,000 over your title. That's starting off. Just give you a guideline, shoot for 500 to 1,000 over your title level. And so, because if you aim at the target, do you always hit the target? No, think of darts, right? If you aim right at the target, you rarely just hit the target. You've got to aim up over it in order to nail it. Okay, so same thing with your businesses. So let's go ahead and now talk about the manager growth program, how it works for your month one. Okay, so month one, you want to hit a minimum of $1,200 in personal sales. Okay, for managers or leaders, you want to hit at least $3,000. 2 unit recruits does what? Unlocks the program. Right? It unlocks the program. You could have everything. You don't have those unit recruits, you do not unlock the program. So how many of us unlock the program in March?
Woohoo,
Okay.
Michelle.
Yay, Michelle. I can't see everybody else's cute little faces minus Danette, Darcy. I see your tip of her head. Okay, so Michelle, nice job. So how did you do 2 unit recruits?
I don't know.
Did you get them at parties? Were they your teams? Were they a mix of you and a team member?
They were both mine. One was the lady that lives across the street from me. That has lived there, I can't tell you how many years. And a friend, she was talking to a friend of mine who's also on my team, but not really, she's active, but not active.
Okay.
And she wanted to redo her kitchen and Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
And then, anyway, so she joined, but she also now, she's doing a party, and her husband went back out on the road. So like everything, since she's joined, everything's changed for her. And so this is like, yay, she's really excited about doing it.
That's awesome. Awesome. Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. So you guys, each month, so starting off, month 1 was March, right? So now you have April, and then we have May. And then that is your guys' program. Each month, it increases a little bit for your sales, right? And your recruiting. Do you guys all have that chart in front of you by chance? Okay. Do y'all know the chart?
Yes.
Okay. And I wish they would give us that chart in here. I should have pulled that in there, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so each month the sales increase a little bit, the recruiting increases a little bit. Each month is on its own. So you didn't hit month 1. Guess what? You don't start at month 1 again. You start now in month 2. You're in month 2. Okay?
But you still need the 2 recruits
Always.
each month.
Whatever it is, month 2, whatever that says to unlock. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I don't remember either. I
Okay.
think it was up to 3.
The email that I got today said that I needed 2 recruits to unlock.
Okay. So you will go ahead and play in this month. The only thing that rolls is your consistency one. That one accumulates so you can earn that Ultra Pro. So even if you miss month 1, doesn't mean you're out of the consistency for the Ultra Pro, as long as you have those 2,400 points for the Ultra Pro. Okay? So just play off of each month. Any questions on that? No? Okay. All right. So this is now a program that obviously you guys are playing in, and this is the only shot that our existing leaders have. So let's say someone who is a manager a month or 2 or a year or 2 ago, all of a sudden they step back up to a manager after June, because that's when it's done. They don't get to play in this program. So this is a huge privy to you guys to be able to run through it. And then all of our new and upcoming leaders will get to run through this amazing program. Okay. And so I wanted you guys to know that, because you're going to be promoting managers. Who's excited for that?
Woo-hoo!
Yay. All right. So then you want to continue to party. It's the cycle of success. So let's just go through it. Continue to party. You want to continue to recruit. You want to, attend your director team meetings. If they're doing those, attend obviously Shazam events. Are you going to be able to attend them all? No. However, you want to pick at least one thing a week if you're able to. Okay. If not, at least 2 times a month is what I would suggest, that you're able to physically be somewhere. And when I say physically, even if it's a Zoom, right? Because that's at least a physical portion of where you can connect with people. And so why do we go over this with you guys? Because you guys lead the way. And what your team sees you doing is what they do. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What they see you doing is what they do. What they see you make important, they make important. Now, I also want to offer another suggestion is, let's say you're too far at a distance, or the night just doesn't work for a team meeting or a rally, not a rally, a fun night, right? I'm trying to switch those word choices. And you just can't get there. Guess what? What if you pulled the team members that are by you and you got together and you could have that team powwow? If you're able to zoom in for a little bit, but then again, you've got that tight connection, right? So there's other options on how you can get together and participate with your team members. Okay. So getting started as a manager, your new role, you're accelerating, onboarding consultants. We're going to go through and talk about all of that. So let's just go through. What we're going to do here, I'm not going to go through all of this with you guys because that would take us forever and that would be like your time together. But what I do want you guys to just quickly share, we'll just kind of popcorn around, is just share what are some of the things you're excited about for leadership. What is it that you like? And anybody can start us off. We'll take like 5 of you.
I like helping other people.
Okay.
Being able to mentor the team members below me, help them learn how to manage through the sites and be able to encourage them to make sales.
Okay.
I've just recently learned that I like to help other people.
I love
Hi, Michelle.
it.
My own daughter on the phone tonight said, "I'm so proud of you."
Aww.
This is kind of backwards.
That's awesome. We'll take one more.
I like seeing everybody get so excited about it. They're
Okay.
so motivated and so eager to learn, and just it makes me happy and makes me more eager to party more and to teach them more, and it's just fun.
Okay. And how about, what are some of your guys' dreams or visions that you want to have come from your Tupperware? I'm not talking a title. I'm not talking, you want a certain number of people on your team. I'm not talking that. I'm talking about what are some of your dreams and aspirations that you want in your life that Tupperware can help with? We'll take a couple here.
Retirement.
And how's Tupperware going to help with that?
Because I really think that because I knew I had to work when I retired, at least, in the summer times.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is something that I can do here or in Texas when I'm there in the winter. So actually, instead of having a part-time job just working in the summer, I can do this year round.
Mm-hmm. And it's a whole heck of a lot more fun.
I've thought about it a lot.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to be in a campground with 500 old people that, live in campers and small places too. And
That's huge.
not that I'm old, but
You're not old.
I'm not even old enough to be in that campground yet.
They're sneaking you in.
In the trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's helping you with retirement so that you don't have to go get a part-time job.
Right.
This can be your journey. Okay, what else?
Yep.
My big dream is to not live paycheck to paycheck anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of little dreams that go along with that, but having enough money in your account, not to be frivolous or, that kind of thing, but just not having to worry that if I pay all my bills this week, there's not enough money in the account.
Mm-hmm.
So having that financial freedom is huge.
And what else does financial freedom look like to you?
Being able to go on vacation whenever the hell I want.
Okay.
Earning Hawaii would be another one
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. Let's have one more, you guys. Dreams and aspirations, really important. That's a whole nother training topic. Nobody else?
I would like to see my team grow grow. That's my dream, is to see my team grow and watch my team members underneath me grow and gain their goals and their dreams too.
Okay. I like that. Was that Jill?
That's it. Yes.
Okay. So Jill, that's awesome. However, how does that benefit you?
If I can achieve my dreams by growing my team, that helps me with financial freedom, where I don't have to work a full-time job. I can work a part-time job and not have to worry about missing my daughter's dance practices, her dance performances.
Oh, so there we go. Did you just hear that dream, you guys? What was it?
To work part-time so she can be with her kids.
Yes, and that will help with financial freedom. Jill, I hope you're able to write that down. It sounds like you're driving, so don't do it right now. But okay, that's huge. And you guys, I hope all of you have your dreams and aspirations written down with a deadline. And they're going to continuously change. They should change, because if they're not changing, then we got to dig in a little bit more, right? We got to, what do? We got to peel the onion, right? Okay. So we're going to move on. Did you know you can write your own paycheck every single week, every single month? Did you know that? Have you guys decided what you want your paycheck to be this month? What you want it to be from 6 months from now? What do you want it to be by the end of the year? Who's done that? Okay, Danette. Really important. Write your paycheck. Once you write your paycheck out, then we can break it down bit by bit by bit. What does that look like? How do I even start to make this happen, Heidi? Right? So once you write it down, I'm going to have you guys snap a picture to me. What do you want your paycheck to be? And you're going to tell me when you want that paycheck by. But I would strongly suggest start with month to month and then branch out to go, okay, you know what? These next few months, I would like it to be this. And then by this time frame, I would like it to be this. All right, the next thing, you guys, is as leaders, you want to make sure that you have got dates on your schedule, right? You want to make sure that you've got important dates on your schedule, like we talked about at the beginning. Do you have the Shazam rallies? Do you have your director team meetings? Do you have your personal parties in there? And would we like to do everything? Sure, we'd like to do everything. Can you do everything? Not at all. So that's where I'm a firm believer, God first, family second, career third, right? We do this business to work around our families. So you've got to prioritize. So first you put all of your family stuff in there, right? That's why we do it. So put all of your family stuff in, first and foremost. Next, I am a firm believer still to this day that an event / meeting trumps a party. Why on earth would I say that?
Because that's where you get your cup filled.
Yeah. You know, we used to say that it came from the training, which yes, it still comes from the training, but there's so many ways to get training anymore that really connecting at the in-person events, however that is, right? It's about the relationships. It's about the pats on the back. It's about giving those hugs to people that you didn't even know maybe a month ago or 2 months ago or a year ago, and now they're like family. And you get excited to see them. So that's the importance of putting those events in, okay? And then you put in when you want a party. And so let's say you want to do 2 parties a week. How many of you would like to, and again, I'm talking the success system. So you tell me what you want, because that's my job, is to help you get what you want. But I start with the success. How many of us would like to do 2 parties a week? If you could get them faithfully, you'd like to do 2 parties a week without a shadow of a doubt. Mm-hmm. Okay. How many of you like to do 1 a week? Okay. So you guys, let's say your week is crazy, right? You all know how to do this, but I'm just going to reiterate it because sometimes I think we feel we need permission to do it. So let's say your week's crazy, but man, your weekends are wide open. If you want to do 2 parties a week, how could you get 2 parties a week in, but not necessarily work 2 days?
Same day.
Same day, like Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. You could also, depending on your shifts that you work, what if you did a daytime event versus always doing nighttime? Do you know people party during the day?
At
Lunch
party.
Okay, so there's a variety of different ways. So that's why you guys have to set your pace. You have to set your schedule and then teach team members to do this, right? We teach them a new consultant class, but does every new consultant hop on new consultant class? No. So that's where you come into play, is to help get their schedule where it's balanced. Okay? The world is run by those who show up. Thank you. Give yourselves a pat on the back tonight. A big round of applause for showing up tonight. Nice job. You guys are all awesome. Secret to success. I will put this in the leader group also, you guys. Number 1, somebody read that or read the start.
Know your why.
We could talk that until we're purple in the face, right? Step 1.
Party your way, that word.
Okay. Step 2.
Recruit. It's what we do.
Why? Why do we do that?
To work less.
Or
Someone.
to,
Share.
yeah. Or to,
Help other people.
okay. Or to,
Build a team.
yes. Or to, work smart.
less.
Work smart. Right? You want to work smart. Would you agree? What if you could make in 25 hours a week what most people make in 40 to 60 hours a week? Hello? Would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So then step 3 is what?
Teach others to do the same. Come with me.
And step 4?
Repeat weekly.
Tweak and repeat. That's right. So you guys, did you know that if a consultant does not get engaged within their first 30 to 60 days, they'll be out the door. 30 to 60 days, if they're not engaged in some way, besides their thank you party, they're usually in the business no more than 60 days. How crazy is that? So I want you to think about, and you'll, again, learn this along the next couple of classes, but I want you to think about how do you get your consultants engaged, whether they came in for a discount or whether they came in for some fun money or whether they came in for that, $1,000 or more or career. How many of you came in for a discount? This is important, right? Okay. I keep trying to scroll through and look at my faces here and I keep changing the screen. Sorry. Okay. It's super important because the bulk of people come in for the discount, but how long have many of us been here? Danette, how long have you been here?
10 years in September.
And you came in for what reason?
Quick cash.
Quick cash. And you were going to be in what you thought for how long?
As long as it took me to make $1,000.
And have you made $1,000?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Last month.
Who else came in for a discount? Okay, Pam. And how long have you been in?
It was a year.
A year.
Yep.
And are you getting that discount you want?
Yes.
Plus some?
Plus some.
Plus some. So you guys, many of us came in for the discount, but I want you to start thinking about, how did you get plugged in? How did you start to attend things? How did you start to be invited to things? And obviously it worked for you. So are we doing the same things with our consultants? Because your job is to work behind the scenes, right? We work behind the scenes. We're 1 or 2 steps ahead of them. All right. So let's go ahead and look at your new role. Guys, you've already done it to get where you are. You extend a hand. You teach others to do the exact same thing, right? Hold parties, recruit, plug them in. It doesn't change. What we find many people do if they reposition titles is they stop doing what they've done in order to get where they got. How many of you know the Manager One-to-One Success System? Darcy, what is it?
1-to-1.
1-to-1, yes. So what does the 1-to-1 mean?
Well, one party. Oh no.
It's all right. I always blank on this one too.
Is it at one party, date to recruit one?
Recruit one.
Yes.
Thanks, Danette.
You're welcome. I'm here to help.
What are we? Better together. So you guys, if you work on following that success system, and I'll repost that so that it's in, well, it should be in the Google Drive for you guys. It should be in the 1-to-1 there. Okay.
What's the consultants?
Great question, Michelle. Who knows?
I think theirs is the same.
Should be 1 party a week.
Uh-huh.
Date 2 off of it.
Yeah.
And then it is, the one is different.
One party.
Okay,
Is
we've
it
been
like one potential from each party or something like that, or one? No.
something like that. Okay, we've got to look for this really quick, guys.
Sorry.
No. We need to know it. And like I said, I should be able to just go like this on it. So I'm pulling up Google Drive really quick, unless somebody else beats me. Let's look here. Okay, and it is in your leaders group, Google Drive under 1-to-1. So consultants is hold a party a week, date 2 parties from the party, and identify 1 potential new consultant from the party.
Mm.
Okay, and so again, this is what your chart, you probably can't really see that. This is what your chart looks like that's in your Google Drive leader group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then managers welcome a new consultant to your unit each week. Okay, hold 2 parties a week personally, and then support every consultant to hold a party a week. Okay, so that's your success system. Oh, and look, there it is. I have gone through this training so many freaking times, and do you think I remember everything? Not at all. Okay, so the next thing that you guys want to do, how often do you think you want to contact team members?
Weekly.
At least once a week.
Ouch.
Yes. Here's my theory. Okay, have you heard of the 80-20 rule? 80% of your team, or 20% of your team will do 80% of the work. 20% of your team will do 80% of the work. So those brand new consultants, you want to stick close to them for the first few weeks. When I say stick close, you're talking to them probably every other day. How are you doing? You're checking in with them on their thank you party. How's their list coming? You want to work with them on having those 2 or 3 practice demos scheduled the day or two after their thank you party so that kit gets paid off. Working on their contact list. So there's a variety of things that you just want to check in with them. After you know what they want, guess what? Then it's going to depend on what they want. Your 1 a week and 2 a week partiers, you want to still stay in touch with those a couple times a week. Everybody else can go ahead and be a 2 to 3 times a month. But the cycle is going to keep repeating, right? Because as you're bringing new people in, you should never have this stall out of going, well, I don't have team members to work with because the ones that are here don't want to do anything. If new people are constantly refilling and filling your pipeline, you're always going to have people to work with, always. Okay? And then leading them. When you're a brand new manager, are you going to know what to do? No. But are you the expert compared to that brand new consultant? Yeah. So are they going to ask you questions that you don't know? Yeah, they are. And is that okay? What do you say?
Let me find out.
Exactly. And if it's something that they've asked you, that there are resources out there in the back office or in Shazam group, or you know where they can find it, is it better to guide them and have them go find it?
Yes, that way they can go look at things themselves or try to find things themselves.
Yes. You want to teach Amanda fish, right? Give him a fish, he eats for a day, teach him to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. That's what you want to do with your team members. You want to teach them how to grow their business for a lifetime and not be dependent on you, right? And so guidelines would be, you know what? That's a great question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to direct you to this location. You're going to look here, and when you find it, let me know. And if you don't find it, let me know. Now you're teaching independence. And that's also, you're not only leading them, you're also coaching them. And so the next thing is coaching. Oh my gosh, I'm a new manager. What do you mean I'm supposed to coach? You're just going to ask your team members, how are things going? What do they need help with? As you advance in your leadership career, you're going to get more comfortable and confident with asking more in-depth questions. Danette was finding this out, and she's done this for years, but your confidence again grows and grows and grows, where she was peeling the onion with some people. And so there's going to be different levels of your coaching. In the beginning, it's going to just be asking what they need support with. What do they want? Okay? But just connect with your team members. All right. Let's just quickly, do you guys know I hope you can hear that. Can you hear that? Sorry. Brad is up. We have painted our whole upstairs. And so he's putting all new light fixtures and everything in. Okay, so you guys as a leader, what's your extra pay as a manager?
Party Pro and Vanguard?
Profit Plus.
Or Profit Plus, yeah.
Yep, Profit Plus. So manager, Profit Plus is what?
2%?
Yes. Then Vanguard is based on what?
Sales.
Retail sales. Okay. So then Star Managers, your Profit Plus goes to what?
3.
3%. Okay. And what's your step-up bonus at manager?
100.
Okay. Star Manager is what?
150.
150.
150. Okay. Executive Manager Profit Plus is what?
200. Oh, percent 4.
Yeah, 4%. And then, yes, $200 step-up bonus. Let's go one step further. What's director's pay? Anybody know?
$1,000 bonus.
Okay, $1,000 step-up bonus. And then what's
That's
their
what I know.
What's their profit plus go up to? So I'm going to tell you, because that's something you always want to aim. You always want to start putting your targets on where you want to go, right? Set your sights above and beyond. So the directors have 3 opportunities for profit plus advancement: 6%, 7%, and 8%. So 6, 7, and 8. And it's based on their sales. Okay. So where do you find this stuff? This is what I want to teach you. But first I want to make sure you knew your pay, because that's important. Also, is it going to be important as you start promoting new managers? Yeah, it is. So does everybody know that you can go to your sales report? There's a report that you guys can go look at.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, like, obviously your personal summary, your potential leaders. There's a spot where you can see your potential leaders. Because sometimes we don't have the eyes that we're so close to something, but Tupperware is looking at it. So you can actually drop down your report and you can see potential leader. Has everybody seen that before?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. There's a unit summary under your reports and a confident start under your reports.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all seen that. So those are some great things to, number one, you as leaders recognize. Now, I don't encourage managers, star managers, or even execs to have your own Facebook group. Why? I'm not talking your VIP group, but I'm talking your own Facebook group for your team.
Really?
Not at all.
I don't know why.
Okay. Does anybody know why? All right, well, I'll tell you why.
Because they're already so connected to other things, and
It is overwhelming, you guys. A new consultant comes into this business and you say, right? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have you join my Facebook group, and it's the Dynamic Divas. Then our director, she's going to add you to the Rockets. Now, as directors promote directors, now they've got, many of them have an org group. Now we're going to add you to the org group. Oh, and then Shazam is, that's our company. They're going to add you to theirs. But then also you can be a part of Tupperware's, and the list goes on and on and on. And they have checked out at Sign Me Up, and I'm doing what? It is too much, you guys, too much. Also, if you start, I call it kind of like dissecting. Yes, do you need personal connection with your team? Yes, you do. Are there different ways that you can do it besides starting another Facebook group? Yes, because when you start to take a small team and put it off on its own exclusive ways, it loses connection with the other teams in one way, shape, or another. I've seen it happen repeatedly. So I'm talking not just from saying I don't like to say don't do, right? The choice is yours. I'm just saying we've seen it fail more times than we've had it succeed. So what are some other ways that you can have communication with your teams? Number one, private message. Start a group private message. Take over the director's Facebook group. It is not the director's Facebook group. So for instance, Dynamic Dreamers for Tabitha's group, right? Guys, that is a group for Tabitha's team. That includes managers and your team members. Take it over. So if you want to go in there, and you can, I've told the directors, but you can say, Heidi said I could take it over, okay? Go in and do recognition for your team members. Give shout outs to your team members, because more of more equals what?
More.
More of more equals more. More connections of more people equals more connections and more excitement. If you have a team, a manager team, and that manager runs and says, I'm starting my own Facebook group, and there's 3 people in there, plus you, that's 4 people. Is the excitement and motivation going to be there? No. And more than likely, the information that's going into that manager Facebook group for that team is being duplicated in the director group, is going to be duplicated from the org group, is going to be duplicated from the Shazam group. Right? So that's why. Keep it simple for your people. Get them connected, because the more they can connect with other people, the longevity will be there, I promise. Because not everybody connects with everybody. Right? We think we're all that in a bag of chips. I think I'm all that in a bag of chips, man, and I am not. Sometimes I'm pretty sour, and people need to connect with other people. Right? So that's one thing. All right, let's keep going. There's some other things you guys can play with, and I strongly encourage you to. The earnings estimator. You can go all the way up to executive manager at this point in time. We are working with Tupperware to get it to where you guys can look at any level. I want you guys to be able to look at what directors and star directors and 2-star directors are earning. But at this point in time, you can go up to executive manager. Okay, so go in there and play. What does it look like at an executive manager? Because you can put in the number of team members, you can put in the sales, and you can see what paychecks are going to be. It's pretty powerful. DIQ program, what is that?
Director and qualification.
Okay. So guys, DIQ is a stepping stone to director. It is not a title. It's not a level. It's like a bridge. So it takes you from either star manager to director or executive manager to director, because you can become a star manager and not ever hit exec and become a director. Okay. Do I recommend that? If your team count is bigger, it's okay. I don't necessarily recommend it because you want stability. But DIQ, if you have not clicked the button, I'm going to encourage you to click the button. Click the button. Why do I say click the button? Because it is kind of like a driver's license test. It's a pre-run. So you click the button. What it does is it tells Tupperware, hey, this person is interested in the potential of becoming a director. And so it starts to align everything. So as soon as the numbers match and the progression takes place, guess what? You become a director. If you don't click the button and you hit the qualifications, I have no power to go to Tupperware and say, oh, she thought she clicked the button, or now she's ready to click the button. Can we backdate it? And the answer will be no. Okay, so what happens? You click the button and you miss? Nothing. You start again. It's a very gracious program. And it's one I encourage you to all be in, because all it does is it gives you running starts. It revs you up. Okay, and if you have more questions afterwards, you can message me, you can call me, you can talk to me about it. But I highly recommend going in and clicking the button. What do we want to do?
Click the button.
Click the button. That's right. Okay. There's trip tracking, you guys. So go in under your reports and play with it. Okay. Will everybody say, I will go in under my reports and I will play with the reports. All right. Perfect. I already talked about that. Look at that. Y'all know the power. Do you all realize the power that you have by counting 3 levels deep in your businesses? Do you realize that? Do you realize that you could be a manager and you can have an executive manager and a star manager on your team that you're getting compensated on? Do you realize that? Do you realize that managers and star managers, team sales, across the nation in some areas and some teams are running 15 to 20,000 managers and star managers, because they captured the vision of build deep, build wide and build deep. There's that song, right? Danette, you should know this. Mm-hmm. Right? Wide and deep. I don't remember it, but wide and deep. So guys, that's powerful. So I want you to be thinking about a few things. Number one, who on your team is going to welcome a new recruit this week? Number two, who is going to be holding parties this week? Number three, who's going to be your first manager? And you might go, hi, I already have a manager. Who's going to be your second manager this month? Because that's going to position you at the end of April really good sitting for what? Birthday month in your summer. Okay, so start looking at how you're going to help build that depth, and we can help you with that. Okay, we already talked about this. Look, we're kind of moving this along for you. Active status definition. Does everybody understand active status? They need to be active, 250. That will be changing when?
May.
Yes. Everybody
May.
know of those changes?
Mhm.
Okay. Faces I see hands. Thank you. Okay. So hopefully you all know those changes. If you don't, you can talk to your director. You can message me afterwards. But those active statuses will be changing to 600 in a 6-month rolling period. Okay. That's a huge advantage, I think. It also can be that, well, let's really quickly talk about that. So right now, you can have an active status in 250, right? You could sign someone up the last week of the month and easily pull off 250, right? Now it changes to 600. Not that it's not still easy, but I want you to think about, you have someone join the last week of the month. How are you going to help them get $600 by that Friday? Give them catalogs to immediately go collect orders. Give them 1 or 2 key products to go focus on and sell so many of those pieces or sets, right? A new consultant doesn't know any different. So if we say, oh, you know, you probably won't get active until next month, they're already going, oh, okay. But if you say, oh my gosh, you know what? This is what we do on my team. This is what the Dynamic Dreamers team does. Right? Here are 2 products I want you to go focus on, and this is, you sell 20 sets, 20 of these pieces, whatever it is. Are they going to go do that? They're at least going to go work on it. Absolutely. Okay, so you want to help those consultants get active and get going right away. We don't need to go over that. Sharing is caring, recruiting, you guys. Here's the one thing I just want to hit on this portion for you. You as leaders, do you set a goal to progress every single month? Whether it is team count, whether it is title, those 2 key components. Do you guys do that?
I do now.
You do now, okay? And Danette's shaking her head. Guys, that's something that I really want to help our Shazam leaders do. Every single month, it is mark it in your calendars. The end of the 2nd week, I want you to start forecasting and looking ahead to the next month. You start looking ahead and saying, okay, next month, this is my goal. So you're star manager this month. Next month, I want to be an exec. Here's what it's going to take. Here's how many parties it's going to take each week. Here's what my step-up bonus is going to be. What do I need to do in order to start making that happen now? So then, now you've mapped out that next month. You've mapped it out. You've looked at it. You know what it's going to take. You know how many parties a week. You know those numbers. You know what it's going to do. Now, all of a sudden, your brain comes back into the now moment and it starts putting the pieces together of going, okay, I've got 2 weeks now to do now and laters. Do a now and later fun challenge with your guys' team. You date 1 now, 2 later. Date 2 now, 1 later. You can play with it back and forth and you send now and laters out to your team members. Who's up for a now and later challenge? For everybody who dates, however you do it, 1 now, 2 later, you're going to get a special gift. And it could be a McDonald's ice cream cone, you guys. You're going to get a cool treat because they're like, a what, $1? So those are some just different things that I want you to constantly look at of going, how am I going to constantly progress each and every single month? Team count and or title. Okay, those two things. And that's what this manager growth program talks about, is doubling your unit size from 3 to 6, from 6 to 8, from 8 to 10. Okay, team count. I want everybody to practice. Team count is queen. Team count is queen. I'm just going to bypass that. Okay, the formula to continuing to go up is 8 and 12. Hold 8 personal parties a month, do 12 personal interviews each month. Does that 12 need to be you personally, or could that 12 be with you and your team?
You and your team.
Yeah. Everything that you do, you guys, minus your personal parties, is with your team. Somebody is taking us in the bathroom. I'm not even sure what that was. I'm looking, everybody's on mute. All right. I love this. Somebody want to read this for me quick?
Action expresses priorities.
Okay, what does that speak to you?
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, absolutely. Enough said, right?
Is that wine?
I wish. No, I put this in here because then it's a really fun drink.
Gotcha. I need to do that.
That's what I drink my smoothies in too. All right. A lot of this, you guys, because you are so amazing, you guys know a lot of this already. And so this is repeat for you. But I think repeat is sometimes good. Would you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree. Identifying leads. How many of us pick leads out at every single party that we talk to? And number 1 being your hostess. Okay, if you're not personally picking leads out at every single party, you're missing the boat. So think of fun ways to do it. Here's just a quick little chart, person who loves Tupperware the most. So look at who was the most, I call them like the heckler. They were the loudest, maybe they were the most involved, the person who bought the most. You could do the person who is, has the smallest order, the person who smiled the most. You could put the person in your brain. I always picked a certain color. If the person had red, I had to talk to the person who had red on. The person that you connected with the most. Hello, right? Easy. But again, your hostess. And those are the people, you kind of do this scavenger hunt with yourself. So I always take 3 packets with me to parties. Those 3 packets I get to hand out. I don't have to, but I get to. And so do you give yourself a challenge? And you might start with, well, Heidi, I haven't even been doing 1. Start with 1 then. I'm going to hand out 1 packet to talk to someone about the opportunity every single party. And you're going to do that for a straight 30 days. For 1 month, you're going to do that. And then you're going to up it to 2. Because now you're walking the talk. And if you're doing a party a week, right, starting off there, you're talking to at least 4 hostesses, right? So there's one person. You might stretch it and go, okay, I'll talk to my hostesses and I'll talk to 1 person. But you have to start somewhere and you have to just decide and do. Okay, so identify your leads. And then what you're going to do is you're going to then encourage your team members to do it. Now that's how you start to duplicate your efforts. So are you encouraging your team members to pick out 1 or 2 people and give them an opportunity packet? Or I like to call it a perks packet. And in that perks packet, you guys, keep it simple. It can literally be the Say Yes sheet that Tupperware gives us every single month. It can be printed with that, and you could put the Confident Start sheet in there. Boom, done. It doesn't need to be a lot. Okay, identifying some other leads. Again, I will put this in this group for you guys to give you some other ideas. Neighbors, past hostesses, regular customers. Have you talked to regular customers? What about college students? They're always looking for some extra income. New moms, right? The list can go on, but it's first starting with your parties. Would you agree that that's the easiest? Absolutely. Okay. Some quick word choices. It's just simply asking, you know what? Have you ever thought about doing something like this? Not Tupperware, because maybe they've never thought about Tupperware, but maybe they thought about doing a direct sales business. And we want to know who's ever thought about doing a direct sales business, right? You could simply say, would you be willing to help advertise my business? Think of people in different areas, asking them to join the business because they could help advertise it. What about, would you like to get the best price possible? Those are some simple lead-ins, you guys, that get a conversation going. And those are just a few. Recruiting bids, doing these during the party. I'm not going to hit on all these. Again, I'll post them in there because you guys do this. And sometimes you don't even realize you do it. But during your party, just even talking about a product set, is saying, you know what, you guys, there's 3 different ways that you can get this product. Right? You can pay full price for it. You can get it for free or half price by being a hostess, or you can shop wholesale from your store all the time. You could also, for an icebreaker, ask people what would they do with an extra $1,000 a month and they can't pay bills on it. Where would they choose to go, Hawaii or Disney? What would they do with no car payment or no insurance payment? Right? Those are all recruiting bids. You're planting seeds, getting them to think outside of the box. This is a really fun sheet that you could print, right, and have with you during your party. And you could look at, you could highlight or put little stars next to the ones that you want to sprinkle throughout your party, because you should be doing at least 2 to 3 bids, sprinkles throughout your party, every single one. Okay. Recruiting warm-up words. These are, again, just lead-in conversations to guests at your party. Now, I think this first one that Tupperware gives us is kind of creepy. I was noticing you all night. And I think you would make a wonderful Tupperware consultant. Might not go there, but that's me personally, because, again, I'm already thinking that's creepy. So I might just be like, Michelle, you were so much fun tonight. Girl, have you ever thought about doing something like this? Right? And you pay them a compliment, you guys. So think of that. Pay a compliment and then ask them a question. Pay a compliment, ask a question. Simple, because people remember a compliment. All right. And again, your hostess is an easy in to ask. Sorry, guys, I know this class is a little bit longer. We're just going to bypass this because, again, these are some word choices. Onboarding your new consultants. Let's dive in here for you guys briefly. You recruited someone, now what? Have you all seen the checklist to go through with your new consultants? 24-hour in 1 week.
Mm-mm.
You've not seen the iRoar checklist, 24 hours in 1 week. All right. Give me one.
If I have, I don't use it.
Perfect. Yep, absolutely. Would a checklist for you be handy?
I would like one.
Boom.
Yeah. Yes, that would be great.
You.
I think in our last leader Zoom, we talked about checklists, if I remember correctly.
You are correct. Boom, done. Okay, I'll get that posted for you. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow. Okay.
Perfect. Thank
So
you.
absolutely, because we want this simple for you guys. We want it simple. So you recruited someone. Now what? There's a 24-hour and a 1 week checklist, bullet points on things like making sure they get signed into their website, making sure that their thank you party is scheduled, getting 2 to 3 practice parties scheduled immediately after their thank you party is held. So it's those simple things. Doesn't take a lot of time from you, but it's things that you can go over with, and they can also refer them that they'll rehear this stuff at the new consultant class. We do 1 new consultant class currently a month. Okay, makes it simple, and it's recorded, and it's in the units in the Shazam group. So those team members that we bring on consistently don't have to wait. They can go listen to the recording. So you guys, I want to make sure that you know that. Okay, all right. Here's a checklist. This is a really simple one. This is the one Tupperware has. So I will post this one, but I will also share with you the one that I created for you guys long time ago. We gave to your director. So we'll make sure that you guys get that, okay?
Perfect.
Oh, good Lord. Sorry, my computer just froze. Here's a glimpse of what you're going to see. You guys do not need to do the business kit issue checklist. Guess what? Do y'all know that there's a kit issue video?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, tag your team, like literally copy the video that's in our announcements in Shazam. If you use that one, there's also, I think, one in the back office. So whatever one you want to use, copy the link and send that one directly to your new consultant and give them a timeline to watch that video. I would give them 48 to 72 hours. It's not that long. But what I would recommend is tagging them in the announcement with the 30 plus videos and say these are great trainings. That is way too overwhelming for them. You need to specifically pick, and I can give you guidelines in that checklist of what I would recommend in their first few weeks. Would that be helpful?
Yes.
Okay. Videos I recommend.
Like Heidi, if you just, I guess when you put out like the checklist for new recruits, just put on there like which ones maybe, or that reminder to send it personally to them. I wrote it down, but.
Yeah, that's what I was writing down, is to put it into that checklist for you guys.
Awesome sauce. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to bypass that. Bypass that. Guys, in my theory, and I've trained this now for 19 years, and it works. I'm not saying my way is the only way. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right, but I am saying that it has a proven track record for new consultants. You guys can agree or disagree. Would you agree that we can teach our consultants a bazillion different things?
Agree.
Agree. Would you agree that that is the right way to go? Teach them everything all at once?
No.
No. Okay. Would you agree that until a consultant has parties in her daybook and knows how much money she makes, really nothing else matters?
Yeah.
Agree.
So what are the key components that we want to help our consultants do within their first week of business?
Practice parties.
Teach them practice parties, right? Again, plug them into the videos. They're done. Invite them to a training party with you, because then guess what? It doesn't take any more time out of your schedule. And are you usually on your game when somebody goes with you? Yes. And help them get their date book full. Nothing else matters until they have parties in their date book. Plain and simple. Okay, so that makes your work really simple. 30 days of success, training parties, you guys, again, take people with you. Invite a new consultant with you to a party that you're doing right away. So that also helps you get your date book lined up, right? And if you make it a habit, a success system, that this is what our team members do, new consultants get the opportunity to come to a party with me. That's how you position yourself. They get to come to a party with me. This is what our team does. They're going, okay. Training parties are the best source. You're at your best. takes no more time away from you, and takes no more time necessarily away from them, and it is done. Okay, so I'll make sure that you also have, because I'm going to live in the world, you guys don't have this one, the training party checklist.
Correct.
Okay. Getting consultants off to a great start. Again, I live in the theory, you guys, fill their date book up first. Plain and simple. And I've used this theory before, and I'll try and wrap this up here shortly for you. New consultant comes into the business. Yay, their grand opening or thank you party is in the next 10 days. Would you say that that's typical? Okay. So now party is in 10 days. Maybe they're getting some additional training. Hopefully you guided them, or the directors have guided them. But again, I want to equip you guys to do this, right? Because you can lead them. This is what you want to work on. Now, if they have not started to work on dating parties, practice demos to be holding a day or two after their grand opening, they wait 10 days. Then their grand opening happens. Now, how many days or weeks are they typically dating off of those grand openings? How far out will those parties go?
Another 2-3 weeks.
Another 2 or 3 weeks. So now we're at what, 5 weeks roughly? 5 weeks, you guys, before a consultant is even doing her first party or making money. Is that excitement? No. Versus a new consultant comes into this business, you connect with her 24 to 48 hours after she has joined this business, and you say, you know what? How soon do you want to get your kit paid off? Do you want to wait? Do you want to wait 60 days, or would you rather do it in 30? Well, I want to do it in 30, is what 90% of our consultants are saying. Okay, so how we're going to help you do this is we're going to get some practice demos scheduled in the day or two after your thank you party is held. So let's look at your calendar right now, and when can we go ahead and schedule in those two to three practice demos immediately after your thank you. And you're literally going to have them wait and tell you when they can do it. Now you're going to go ahead and give them a focus to go get those parties with their family and friends, right? To be held a couple of days after. Now they're waiting 2.5, maybe 3 weeks before they're doing their party versus 5. Do you think they're going to be a little more excited? Now they're engaged. Now they're starting to make money. They're going to stay in the business longer. Okay. So that is that. We talked about just adding them to your director Facebook group, Shazam Facebook group. Those 2 key ones are must. Everything else can be done later on. Okay. Building the list, right? Again, you guys do this automatically. You probably don't even realize it. It's just helping the consultants think of their Frank or their T list, right? Who is 5 miles north, south, east, west. Or again, you might go with Frank, your friends, relatives, acquaintance, neighbors, and kids as parents are kind people. This is a cute little flyer that you could actually be doing yourself, and you can have your new consultants do it. I have a Tupperware business and I'm so excited. You can help me get things amped up by, right? And so these are cute little things that you could do at a thank you party, right? Or these can get mailed out from that brand new consultant in flyers, letting people know that she's a brand new consultant and these are the ways that they could help her. Okay. Grand openings, we're gonna just kind of, we've already talked about it. Grand opening, you're gonna plan those, you're gonna run them just like you do a normal party, except you just simply make the twist of saying the datings and them joining the business are gonna help Michelle get her business up and running even faster. There's 3 ways that you can help her. You can join her tonight. That's the best way. You can date a party with her. That's the second best. Or you can go ahead and place an order, and we accept all these different payment plans, or not payment plans, but all these different payments. The fourth and final way that you can help her is referrals. Who do you know that would like to earn free product? Who do you know that maybe is looking for extra money? And who do you know that absolutely loves Tupperware and maybe they don't have a Tupperware consultant? So referrals are also a final best way that you can help Michelle out tonight. So those are the only twists that you do with the grand opening. Everything else is run the same because you need them to see how to do a party, right? And fill their date book. I'm going to pass that. Going to pass that. You guys already know this, and this is why I'm skimming through this because, again, you guys are fabulous. Every consultant we know should have a grand opening, no matter why they come into the business. If they don't want to do the business, that's okay, but it gives you another opportunity to expand your business with new datings and or recruits that you would not have met had you not done that thank you party for that consultant. Okay. We already talked about the program for you, so you guys know that. Here's your awards. Who's excited about these awards?
I made level 2.
Yay! And you should be getting those coupons if you haven't already, like within your first week.
Okay.
Okay. And again, these are just breaking it down. What I would encourage you guys, print off the flyer. Okay. And I need to do a better job of keeping it in front of you. So that will be my promise to you. I'll do a better job of keeping that in front of you. Again, it's breaking down these. Remember your role as a leader. You're all amazing women. So that's why I feel like this one is one of those, it's kind of the surface. Be knowledgeable. You guys are all plugging in. Lead by example. You guys do that. You're working on improving that. And so I'm so proud of each of you. Teaching others to do the same thing, right? So whatever you're working on, pull those top 20% team members who want to, make some money, want to do a 1 party a week, 2 parties a week. Everything that you do, have them mirror that. Never do something just on your own. If you're making dating phone calls, ask yourself, who on my team have I encouraged to make some dating phone calls? If you're making recruiting phone calls, who on your team are you going to encourage to make recruiting phone calls or go talk to people? Always duplicate your efforts and then just keep swimming. Like be Dory. Parties, recruiting, parties, recruiting, parties, recruiting, right? Same process, repeat. We're always on the lookout. Again, we talked about that at the beginning on progressing every single month. What's your target that you want to be at by Jubilee? What are you going to walk across the stage at by Jubilee? Are you going to be in wheels by the end of this year? 12 and 25, you guys. 12 and 25 will get you into a car. I'm going to be starting a new Working Towards Wheels group this summer. So be thinking about if you want to be a part of that Working Towards Wheels group. Okay, the ones who move the fastest are continually adding new people to their unit, consistently teaching their new people to add people to the unit, building the parties. Okay, bottom up strategy, build from the bottom up, help the consultants build underneath of them, and that's going to pop you up to different levels, different heights, different pay, and different dreams. Are you ready to double your team count by the end of this month? What if you doubled your team count by the end of this month? Have you thought about that?
Pass out.
That would be a phenomenal May. Like, boom, baby.
What if you doubled your team count by the end of your second quarter?
That is my goal.
Okay. So everybody double. End of the second quarter, make that your mission. What's that mission? What's that fun chant or cheer or thing that you can do with your team to help get them behind it? How are you going to celebrate? Those are the things I want you to think about. Give yourself a little pep talk. These are your pep talks. What do you love? What are you working towards? Why are you doing this, right? What are your best moments? How are you going to celebrate? When you need those pick-me-ups, turn to a YouTube video of motivation or inspiration. Just Google it under YouTube or search, you will find all kinds of things. Okay. So I'm going to actually send you out your homework, because that was homework the Tupperware put in there. You are going to get homework from Heidi. And so I will post that for you. And you guys will have the entire month. I wouldn't encourage you to take the entire month, but you'll have the entire month to get class 1 and class 2 homework into me. Okay, so you'll have the entire month of, what are we in? April, to get your homework sheet turned into me for class 1 and class 2. Class 2 is next week. Okay, and that's already out there in the events in Shazam. Okay, and I am recording these, so if you can't make a class, right, I will go ahead and get that recording put out there for you in the Elite Leader group is where I will put it. And then you have, again, until the end of the month to get that watched and the homework turned in, okay? And then the class 3 will be next month. And I'll get that looked at and put that in there for you. Because that's how Tupperware positioned it for us. I'm good? What were some of your takeaways? Let's get you off this phone call. This is the longest class, just so y'all know.
I really liked a lot of the word choices, which I know you shared like 3 or 4 slides with word choices. I was screenshotting them because I couldn't write fast enough, but
yeah.
I missed the one. So I don't know if that's the word choices. You can somehow post those, or if you can pull it back up, I can screenshot it, whichever, somehow.
I'll just go ahead and send the PowerPoint for you guys.
Sweet, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Again, I know this class was a refresher for you. It was very basic.
Yeah, a refresher, but good, like that reminder that you do know what you're doing. Because there's days that you're like,
yep,
what am I supposed to be doing? Or what's next? Like, no, just keep working the system. The system works, just keep working.
Yes.
So it was great.
Excellent.
Especially going into a new month. Like, clean slate, new month, now what?
Yes. Yes.
Now what? Get to work.
Go. All right. Well, ladies, I appreciate all of you. Again, you took an hour and a half out of your night that you could have been doing something else. So thank you for plugging in and investing in you, and giving yourself that refresher and reminding yourself that you do know what you're doing, and keep doing what you're doing that got you here. And now that's going to take you to the next step. So I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Night, Heidi.
Night-night.